Hello everyone! Today, Julian and I are going to be talking about adjectives. In English, we have 8 parts of speech, but there are also some English books who accepted and included determiners or articles as the 9th part of speech. One of the parts of speech is adjective. But what are adjectives? Adjectives are words used to describe or modify a noun or a pronoun. When you use adjectives, you are saying about something, you are describing something. People love adjectives because according to them, they beautify sentences by giving descriptions to the nouns or the pronouns. In Filipino, adjectives are known as pang-uri. At kung ito ay pang-uri, ang inuuri nito ay noun or pangalan. Noun is the name of a person, place, thing, or event. At inuuri din nito ang panghalip, which is pronoun. Pronoun takes the place of the noun. And the common pronouns that we know are he, she, and it. He is used to substitute a boy, she for a girl, and it for things. Adjectives usually answer the questions which one, what kind, and how many. We will know later on how adjectives answer these questions. Let me introduce you first to the 9 kinds of adjectives. We have descriptive, quantitative, proper, demonstrative, possessive, interrogative, indefinite, and articles. Let's go first with descriptive adjectives. Most adjectives belong in this type. They provide information and attribute to the nouns or pronouns, and they are also called as qualitative adjectives or qualitative adjectives. They are also called qualitative adjectives because they talk about qualities of noun or pronouns, their attributes, and they give descriptions to nouns or pronouns. These adjectives modify noun or pronouns by describing and expressing their quality, by giving descriptions to nouns and pronouns, by giving attributes to nouns or pronouns. So that is the way of descriptive adjective. In modifying the nouns or pronouns, they modify nouns or pronouns by expressing their qualities or by giving their attributes. Let's take a look at these examples to further understand descriptive adjectives. Number 1, I have a fast car. What kind of a car do I have? Fast. That means the italicized word fast is our descriptive adjectives as it gives descriptions to the noun it modifies, which is the car. Number 2, I am hungry. The italicized word hungry is our descriptive adjective because it gives attributes to the pronoun I. I am hungry. It gives attributes to the pronoun I. Number 3, she loves golden jars. Anong klaseng jars ang gusto niya? Golden. That means the italicized word golden here is our descriptive adjectives because it gives descriptions to the noun jars. I think this is the most familiar kind of adjective that we know because whenever we are asked by our teachers to give an example of an adjective, the common answer that we give them is beautiful. And beautiful is an attribute. Beautiful can be given as a description to a noun or a pronoun. She is beautiful. Beautiful modifies the pronoun she. It is a description, it is an attribute given to the noun or the pronoun. Another example is, I saw the flying eagle. I saw the flying eagle. In that sentence, what is our descriptive adjective? Very good, flying, and it modifies the noun eagle. In isolation, flying or words with ing form of the verb or gerund are seen as verbs, but they function as nouns or even adjectives when they are used in sentences. So in that sentence, flying modifies the noun eagle. That means flying functions as a descriptive adjective. As an adjective, it modifies the noun eagle. I hope you understood the descriptive adjectives. Now let us proceed with quantitative adjectives. So if the descriptive adjective is also known as qualitative or qualitative, then quantitative adjectives talks about quantity from the root word quantity. And we are very familiar with the statement quantity over quality or quality over quantity. Quantitative adjectives provide information about the quantity of nouns or pronouns, just like what I said. These belong to the question category of how much and how many. So quantitative adjectives are used to describe a noun or pronoun with quantity. So their difference with the qualitative or qualitative or the descriptive adjectives that qualitative talks about qualities and descriptions, attributes and descriptions and qualities, while quantity or quantitative talks about quantity, amounts, and numbers. And these belong to the category of how much and how many. Let us take a look at these examples. Number one, I have 20 pesos in my wallet. I have 20 pesos in my wallet. It answers the question, how much? How much do I have in my wallet? I have 20 pesos. So our quantitative adjective here is 20 and it modifies the noun pesos. I have 20 pesos in my wallet and it answers the question, how much? Number two, they have 5 children. They have 5 children, and this belongs to the category of question, how many? How many children do they have? They have 5 children. So our quantitative adjective here is 5 and it modifies the noun children. They have 5 children. Number 3, you should have completed the whole task. You should have completed the whole task. Our quantitative adjective here is whole, and it answers the question, how much? How much? Whole. Number 4, there is enough juice for my lunch. There is enough juice for my lunch. Our quantitative adjective here is enough, and it modifies the noun juice, and it answers the question, how much? Enough juice. Enough. Number 5, little water is needed to make the little water is needed to make the pastry. So our quantitative adjective here is little, and it answers the question, how much? Little, and it modifies the noun water. And now we're heading towards proper adjectives. Proper adjectives are derived from proper nouns. We have 2 types of noun. We have common noun and proper noun. Common noun is a common name of a person, place, thing, or event, while proper noun is specific name of a person, thing, place, or organization or event. So an example of a common noun is the word country. It's a common word, while the example of proper noun is the country Thailand, because it's a country name. It is a specific country name, and Thailand is only one. So common noun is country and proper noun is Thailand. While proper nouns are specific names of persons, places, things, and organizations, proper adjectives describe people, places, things, events, and organizations based on proper nouns. An example is the proper noun, the place South America. The proper adjective that can be derived from South America is South American. Another example is the believer of Buddha. Buddha is a proper noun, and the proper adjective that can be derived from Buddha is Buddhist. Another example is the specific name Jesus Christ. The proper adjective that can be derived from Jesus Christ is Christian. Another example is the proper noun Darwin, Charles Darwin. And the proper adjective that can be derived from it is Darwinian, like Shakespeare, Shakespearean. So, while proper nouns are specific names of places, things, persons, and organizations, proper adjectives describe places, things, organizations based on proper nouns. Proper adjectives are mostly of two types. First, those that come from name of places like countries, continents, regions, and cities. Example is Japan. The proper adjective that can be derived from a proper noun Japan is Japanese. Another example is Asia. The proper adjective that can be derived from the proper noun Asia is Asian. Number two, those that come from names of people, usually famous people. Like my example a while ago, Shakespeare, the proper adjective that can be derived from the proper noun Shakespeare is Shakespearean. Darwin, Darwinian. Jesus Christ, Christian. Now, let us take a look at these examples. Number one, Filipino people are hard workers. Filipino people are hard workers. So our proper adjective here is Filipino. Although Filipino is understood to be a person who lives in the Philippines, it is followed by the noun people. Therefore, here it functions as a proper adjective as it specifies what kind of people are hard workers. They are Filipino people. So our proper adjective here is Filipino. Number two, I love KFC burgers. I love KFC burgers. Our proper adjective here is KFC. What kind of burgers do I love? KFC burgers. So KFC modifies or describes the noun burgers. It gives specification to what kind of burgers do I love. Because there are many burgers, but because there is KFC that functions as a proper adjective, we know what kind of burgers do I love. What fast food chain are the burgers are from. Number three, Alex is an Australian model. What kind of a model is Alex? He is an Australian model. And Australia here is our proper adjective derived from the proper noun Australia. Number four, I love Japanese food. I love Japanese food. Our proper adjective here is Japanese and it describes the noun food. What kind of food do I love? Japanese food, and it is derived from the proper noun Japan. Let us proceed with the demonstrative adjectives. Demonstrative adjectives directly refer to something or someone and include the words this, that, these, and those. I know you're very familiar with it because these are also called as demonstrative pronouns. But their difference is that demonstrative pronoun identifies someone or something but works alone. Example is, this is my wallet. This is my wallet, and the demonstrative adjective or the demonstrative pronoun, that we use there is this. This is my wallet. While demonstrative adjectives always come before the word it modifies. Demonstrative adjectives always come before the word it modifies. Let us take a look at these examples. Number one, that building is well painted. That building is well painted. So in this sentence, our demonstrative adjective is that, and it modifies the word building. That building. So the demonstrative adjective always come before the word it modifies, and it is seen in this sentence that building comes after demonstrative adjective that, and that comes before the building or the word it modifies. That building is well painted. So another word with ing form, that building, but functions as a noun here in this sentence, while in isolation it is seen as a verb. That building. Number two, this car is mine. This car is mine. So Our demonstrative adjective here is this, and it comes before the word it modifies, which is the noun car. This car is mine. This car is mine. Number 3, these cats are cute. These cats are cute. So, the demonstrative adjective that we have here is these, and it modifies the noun that comes after it, which is the noun cats. Now, why is that? What is the difference between this and these? So, as you can observe, this is used when the noun you're modifying is a singular noun, this car, while these are used for plural nouns or plural subjects, these cats and this car. So always remember that demonstrative adjectives demonstrate or identifies or modifies nouns that comes after it. Demonstrative adjectives come before the noun it modifies. I hope you understood it. Demonstrative adjectives are adjectives that modify noun or pronoun by expressing their qualities, attributes, and descriptions. Number 2, quantitative adjectives, adjectives that modify noun or pronouns with quantity. Number 3, proper adjectives that are derived from proper nouns. And number 4, demonstrative adjectives that refer to something or someone and always come before the word it modifies.
So next we will discuss the fifth kind of adjectives, which is the possessive adjectives. When we say possessive adjectives, it indicates possession or ownership. It suggests the belongingness of something to someone or something. When there is a possessive adjective, there is also a possessive pronoun. But the only difference of these two is that the possessive pronoun functions alone without the use of noun, while the possessive adjectives, it always followed by a noun. Mostly used possessive adjectives are my, his, her, our, their, and your. Let's take a look at some possessive adjectives examples in a sentence. My car is parked outside. My is a possessive adjective that describe the noun car. My car, which means that car belongs to me. Number 2, his cat is very cute. His is a possessive adjective that describes the noun cat, that the cat is belong to him. Number 3, our job is almost done. Our is a possessive adjective that describe the noun job. So next we're going to discuss the interrogative adjectives. When we say interrogative adjectives, it includes WH words to ask a question. It must be followed by a noun or a pronoun. The common interrogative adjectives are which, what, whose, who, where, and whom. Examples of interrogative adjective. Number 1, which phone do you use? Which is an interrogative adjective that also describes the noun phone. Number 2, whose car is this? Whose is an interrogative adjective that describes the noun car. So he or she asking, whose car is this? Number 3, which towel is Julian's? Which is an interrogative adjective that describes also the towel. Next is the indefinite adjectives. When we say indefinite adjectives, it is a group of adjectives that are used to describe or modifies a noun or a pronoun unspecifically. It provides indefinite or unclear information about the noun. The common indefinite adjectives are few, many, much, most, all, any, each, every, either, nobody, and several. So indefinite adjectives examples. Number 1, I gave some candy to her. Some is an indefinite adjective that describes the noun candy. It means that I give a small amount of candy to her. but you are unsure of how many candies did you give to that person. Number 2, I want a few moments alone. Few is an indefinite adjective that describes a moment. I want a small amount of time to be alone. Number 3, several writers wrote about the recent incidents. Several is an indefinite adjective that describe the writers. There are writers who wrote about the recent incidents, but you are unsure of how many people or writers wrote about the incidents. It could be 2 or more than 2 or more than 2 or 3, but not so many. Next is the article adjective. When we say article adjective, it determines specification of a noun. There are 3 articles, the a, an, and the da. A or an are used for unspecific noun or pronoun, while we will use the article da for specific noun or pronoun. Some example of article. Number 1, a cat is always afraid of water. A is an article adjective that describes the noun cat. Number 2, the cat is afraid of me. The is an article adjective that used to describe the noun cat. And number 3, an electronic product should always be handled with care. An is an article adjective that used to describe electronic product. As you notice here, a or an is used for unspecific noun or pronoun. Number 1, a cat. A cat is described here that he or she is unsure of what kind of cat. And then number 3, an electronic product. So there are a lot of electronic product. It could be the air conditioner, the television, refrigerator, and so on. And then number 2, you will notice here that it is a specific noun, the cat. The cat is afraid of me. And then the last kind of adjective is the compound adjectives. Compound adjectives is when compound nouns or combined words modify other nouns. They become compound adjective. It is a combined words. It is often separated by a hyphen or a quotation marks. So some example of compound adjectives. Number 1, I saw a 6-foot-long snake. 6 foot long is a compound adjective that describe the noun snake. It is separated by a hyphen, and here 6 hyphen foot and my hyphen long snake. And the number 2, he gave me an I'm going to kill you now look. It is separated by the quotation marks. So it simply means that the man looked at me like he's going to kill me. He is angry with me. And that's all. Thank you for watching.